So there are a number of Republican contributors who have said no mas to Donald Trump. Guy's too crazy. I'm not going to give it to him. Now, there's a new movement, though, and I'm going to tell you about a couple of them, that say not only am I not going to vote for Donald Trump, I'm not going to give him any money. Not only am I not going to give him any money, I'm going to endorse Hillary Clinton and give her money. So that's a big, big sea change. It mainly tells you about Donald Trump. It also tells you a little bit about Hillary Clinton. But let me tell you about the latest. It's MGM CEO Harry Sloan. He's a lifelong Republican, and he says, if we had a different Republican presidential candidate this year, I would likely be proudly supporting them. Politico said that Sloan previously endorsed John Kasich before the Ohio governor suspended his Oval Office bid in May, so clearly he wanted a Republican to win. In fact, Sloan served on national finance campaigns for former GOP presidential nominees John McCain and Mitt Romney. That means he raised a ton of money for Republicans. This guy's not a little Republican. He puts his money where his mouth is. He puts a lot of money behind the Republican Party. You don't get to be a national finance campaign part of that for two presidential nominees without putting up a ton of cash. Okay, so Harry Sloan says, in this case, Trump does not embody the values that have made me a lifelong Republican. And he goes on to say he's unprepared and temperamentally unfit to be our president. Most of my Republican friends feel the same way. As a businessman, a father, and a conservative, it is clear to me Hillary Clinton is the right choice in this election. So now, I've never seen anything like this before. In my lifetime, giant Republican donors going, no, not only am I sitting this out, I'm going to support for a Democrat that most Republicans claim to hate. Now, a lot of them do hate her. But now let's talk about how this is related to Hillary Clinton. Now, again, Trump is a unique case. And the guy is a weirdo, he's a loser, he's monstrous, he's all these things. So I want to give the Harry Sloans of the world a lot of credit for doing the right thing here and switching. At the same time, do you think that they would have switched and given money to Bernie Sanders? My guess is no. I mean, maybe they'd have sat out the election. Maybe a very tiny percentage would have voted for Bernie Sanders, but I wouldn't count on it. I wouldn't have counted on one single Republican vote. Not from the actual voters, but from the donors. A lot of independents and a lot of Republicans actually did like Bernie Sanders because he's a populist. And he wanted to go after the banks like they want to go after the banks, et cetera. But the guys with all the money, they don't want to go after the banks. They don't want to go after the rich and powerful. They are the rich and powerful. They would not have switched to Bernie Sanders, and they certainly would not have donated to Bernie Sanders. In fact, they might have stayed in Trump's camp. So that's a reality. And look, that's got its upsides and its downsides for Bernie Sanders. That's why Hillary Clinton is going to raise so much more money than Donald Trump, and maybe would have raised a lot more money than Bernie Sanders, even with all of his donations that he got in the primaries. The upside is that means you know he's not in the tank for the rich and powerful. And when push comes to shove, the rich and powerful will think, Hillary Clinton, not so bad. I can live with it. So he's not alone here. Meg Whitman, a former Hewlett-Packard executive and another top GOP donor, announced last week she had reached the same decision. And the list goes on and on. These are just the last couple that I'm giving you from today. Now, as to the money, Sloan cut a $33,400 check for a Clinton joint fundraising account on June 30th, according to campaign finance records. Now, we don't know if he's given more since then, but that's serious. When you're giving that much money, even for a guy who's that rich, to Hillary Clinton, you're saying two things. This Trump guy is unbearable and unacceptable. And Hillary Clinton, not so bad. Young Turks membership gets you the 2-hour show every single day. Watch it any way you like. Download it, stream it. You also get no ads at all. On top of that, you get the postgame. On top of that, you get really cool shows like Old School. On top of that, you are the independent media. I know what you're thinking now.
Can't wait.
TYTnetwork.com/join. Don't wait.